I think there it is. All right, take two. All right, hello and welcome. Welcome to the first ever Spotlight Night 1 powwow, whatever you want to call it. We are very excited to have you guys here for our first season, first year students, blah, blah, blah. But however, we want to just run some rules to y'all really quick. Sorry, I'm nervous. So, just to get right into it, any instances of bullying, racism, homophobic, transphobic, or any other hateful comments are not tolerated. It's one thing to call someone out for making a dumb move, but it's another to make it personal. Try not to make any personal attacks. We don't appreciate it as members of production. Yeah, and in addition to that, any hateful comments towards production will also be taken into account with that. I know we suck, but try not to remind us of that too much. We're nervous. It's our first time here. Please don't tease me.
It doesn't suck as bad as my internet right now, so.
All right, so next up we have cross-tribal communication. We do not allow that. We understand a lot of you guys are friends and want to talk to each other and shit, but try not to make it about the game, if that makes any sense. Like, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. We will give you a strike if we find out, but we do ask that you keep the cross-tribe communication to a minimum. We do not allow screenshotting or recording messages to each other. I think that should say forwarding. You can send screenshots to your prod chat, though. That's fine. So I'm sure you guys noticed this, but we have an announcements chat. We will be using that for updates and just to let you guys know what's going on all in one place, because we have a lot of chats and it's just easier to do everything at one spot than in 21. So we ask that you do not message that chat because it might be messy and we're first timers. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm good now, but I was just going to weigh in and say, the announcements chat, it is never talk in there. That is always something that is for prod only. We want to give you updates. We want to give you as much information as we can, and any sort of messaging. So please just try to refrain from talking in there. You can talk in your tribe chats, obviously, but just do not talk in the announcement chat at all, please, at all times.
All right. So any instant cheating will be done on a case-to-case basis. We ask that you please just refrain from doing so to allow for a much more enjoyable season for both players and prod alike. We also ask that you add any prod members to one-on-one chats and all that fun stuff. It's just to help us get the fairest possible assessment of you and your games. We ask that any video calls throughout the game be recorded in the event we're not available to hop on it and vibe with y'all, because we love vibes on this prod team. We love vibes. We love games. We love watching things unfold. It's a beautiful thing, quite frankly. And also, if the call is good enough, we may potentially use stuff for promotional materials for future seasons. Next up, we have you're allowed. So prod guests, they're allowed for this because we love audience interaction. and that we want them involved as much as we can. So we're making it. You are allowed up to 5 guests for your broad chats.
I laugh because I don't know.
What in the ever-loving fuck?
I'm so excited to add Dua Lipa. Here.
Olivia Rodrigo.
I mean, you don't have to. Yes, we stand Olivia Rodrigo.
It is up to 5, yes.
Up to 5. Just let us know first, and we'll try to approve of stuff. Sure. Open door policy, and always put our players' mental health and safety into account above all other things. Even if you think it's stupid or trivial, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us or in your prod chat.
All right, if I'm good now, I can read the next section.
Are you?
Is it better? Hello?
Yeah, it's better.
I can hear you.
Okay. So this part's going to be all about confessionals. Sorry, everyone. Let me just say right off the bat, like, I did not expect the Wi-Fi to be as shitty as it was. It worked fine on Skype. I don't know what's going on Zoom, but that is just, that's hotel Wi-Fi for you. Anyway, we'll get into confessionals now. These are not required. They're very much encouraged. We very much encourage them for sure. Reason because they're not required is because, when they're required, we just don't get great content out of you guys because they're forceful. There's something that you need to do, and I think that having them be, and, we want you to do confessionals, but you don't have to, but we also very much do encourage BLDRs, which I know people love to send. Those are, of course, going to be sent directly to the VL. I know some of you haven't played Skype games before, so you might be like, what's a BLDR? It's really just what it sounds like. You send out a message, about literally anything. It can be game related. It can be just something stupid, and just know it'll be sent directly to the VL. So that's about confessionals. And then in terms of live confessionals, we're always going to be around to do them. Really, you just make sure someone in prod's around. We'll try to get on a call. We'll accommodate you when we can, ask a few questions and things like that. And once again, these are not required at all. This is really just if you guys want to do it, if you're bored, you want to reach out to prod, be like, oh my God, I want to talk to you guys about some tea. I have something that you guys need to know. You are more than welcome to do that throughout the season. And again, we very much do encourage them because we want to hear as much insight as possible. That's one of the reasons we want all of you in we want to be in the one-on-one chats. Because of the fact that we want to know what's going on in your game. There's nothing that we won't see in that way. So, that's all about confessionals. Getting into immunity challenges. Now, most of the time, these challenges are going to be posted directly after the previous tribal council. But for this season, we're going to have 2 types of challenges. So we do have immunity challenges. However, we have an additional one. Now, this challenge is not required at all. This is really just you guys are bored and you want to do something else. We have something that's called, you're in school. So, what do you do in school when you've done all the work? You do your homework. And this homework, it might sound a bit deceiving, but look at it more as extra credit. It's not something that is going to cost you in the end. It's not something that's going to matter much at all. Will it be positive? Will it be negative? I don't know. But, if you do them, maybe something will come of it. I don't know. But the title may deceive you. However, it's something that you might want to get done. These challenges are going to vary every single round. Any other information will be purely through your amazing perceptiveness. That's up to you to speculate. We're not going to say anything more than that about the homework, except that your first homework will be posted tonight. Actually, immediately following this, it's going to be a 300-piece puzzle. So you're welcome. These are typically going to be very hard challenges just because, they're not required. And we want to see who would actually, be dumb enough to do it pretty much. So, yeah. So basically, Immunities are going to recur every single round. Homework will also be posted often, and the homework is going to be due basically around the same time as the immunity challenge. So yeah, both these challenges, like I said, will be posted simultaneously, except for tonight. You will not be getting your first tribe challenge tonight. That will be that will be done tomorrow. Nothing crazy going on or anything like that. It's the first night. We want to give you guys some time to mingle and things like that. You're going to be put in your tribe chats in a little bit, so nothing to really worry about there. You are going to have approximately 24 hours to complete every single challenge. For some challenges, we may give you up to 48 to 72 hours for completion. It really just depends on what the challenge is going to be. And of course, there are 3 types of challenges. So we have a live, a semi-live, and a non-live. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a live challenge, it basically includes a set time and date. A semi-live is a challenge that either includes the entire tribe or will be individual. If it includes a tribe, it will be taking place based on that tribe's availability. If it is individual, it will be done at your own discretion within the time allotted for the specific challenge. And then a non-live, it's going to include anything that you post in your prod chat. All of these are going to include different degrees of submissions, whether it be through tribal. I'm sure many of you have done this before. Some of you haven't. That's what that's all about. Also, and then we have to say this just because, just in case a situation happens, reminder that the hosts always have the final say here when it comes to challenge results. If you are concerned about any result, you can always contact us. Like, if we might screw it up, I'm not gonna lie, we're new to this. Some of us very well could end up screwing it up, and you guys can always message us if we do. But please have a legitimate reason for doing so. If we've tallied everything up and we've determined the winner, please just respect that. That's really what this is all about. We just want you to be respectful. We want you guys to have fun. We don't want this to be rough. We really do. This is our first time doing this. We want this to be a fun experience. And of course, if you would like to forfeit immunity at any time, it must be done so at least 2 hours before tribal. If it's a tribal immunity, everyone in the tribe must collectively agree to give it up. If it's individual immunity, you must also select another individual who you will be giving it to 2 hours before tribal. So that's that. Getting into tribals, they're going to most likely occur the night after immunity challenge results are announced, and they're always going to be on call. However, you guys will like this. The time will actually be determined by the majority of the tribe. We will ask you guys when you want to do the tribe, mainly because we know some of you are in different time zones, and we want to try to accommodate you guys as much as we possibly can. So it's going to be based on the most convenient availability. Whoever selects, the majority time, that is when the tribal will be. So yeah, you're welcome. When a tribal takes place, it will be preceded by a series of questions. You guys know how that's going to go. Vote to do when the tribal starts, all that stuff. Attendance isn't mandatory, but it's always encouraged. And the tribals will, in fact, be recorded. They will be sent to both the VL and unlisted on or YouTube, as well as to, as well as to whatever, is going on. But a post will then be made most times directly after the vote that will also then give an official vote count and things like that. So again, you guys know how that's all going to go. So post elimination, if you get eliminated, it sucks. You hate to get eliminated before the jury segment of the game begins. Don't worry, because you will still get to keep up on your fellow members of the Glee Club. You will be added to the VL and will be able to watch the game and interact with everyone who has already been watching and rooting for our Glee Club to become national champions. Yes, congrats. You guys are in the Glee Club. You're trying to become those national champions. And we ask that you please do not talk game with anyone still currently in. It's extremely unfair to do so. And if discovered, it is going to lead to further consequences. So if you talk to anyone who's still in the game, about the game, that's just, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. That's all we're going to say. So if you get eliminated and become a member of the jury, as we like to call it, after school, per the rules Survivor, you will then be put into a jury chat where you will then be able to discuss the game with your fellow jurors. And after the season concludes, all jurors and finalists will be added then to a VL, and the whole cast will be added to a reunion chat to vent about any tea, postseason drama, ironing out. That's always fun to do. You guys know how that's really going to go. Anyone want to read the next part, Idols and Advantages? Anyone want to take that?
Where is that? Oh,
It's after.
you wrote a lot. Is Jazzy here? Do you want to take this part?
I can take it. All right, idols and advantages. Immediate idols will be found on in idol hunt that can be done once every calendar day in your host chat. In each tribe, there will only be one idol hidden within each tribe. Once the specific idol has idol associated with the tribe has been played, it will then be rehidden and will be no longer available. However, once we hit merge, there will only be one idol which will be rehidden once it's played. Idols can be played up until and including the final 5 tribal. Other advantages will be given out discreetly at various times. Each non-idol advantage will have its own set of rules attached to it. It will then be up to the holder of the set advantage to disclose with other players in the game. If you plan on playing an idol or advantage, you are required to notify us in your prod chat before tribal council has begun. For idols, you do not have the option to change up who you will be playing it on, or you can also decide to withhold this decision and not play it during said tribal. Either way, you must let us know before tribal if you are using it, as well as a brief idea of who you might be playing it on. This way we are fully prepared in the event that you decide to play it. All right, do you want me to continue?
Which, you know,
reading?
all that's pretty self-explanatory with, you know, idols and things like that. You can if you want. The last thing we're going to talk about here, it's mainly just about strikes and things like that. We don't want to have to talk about it, but, you know, it's always going to come up in the game. So, you know, you can go ahead and read that if you want.
Am I doing that?
Oh, you want to do it, Mike?
It's up to.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I mean, you can read it.
Okay.
Okay, so we do have strikes. This is very much going to be like a last resort for us, and it will break our heart to have to implement. But just for precaution, we do have to bring up some possible demerits from our students. Some demerits our students may possibly receive this season, sorry. Strikes will be taken into account if and when a couple of things occur. 1, if a player does not complete a challenge in time without messaging production. 2, if a player fails to vote by the start of the tribal and or doesn't show up to tribal without notifying prod. Or 3, has shown to display instances of inappropriate conduct that impedes the game and also violates the rules I had mentioned prior. We are well aware you all have lives outside of this game, and sometimes things may come up unexpectedly, but courtesy is key, and we hope you understand that. If you have any technical issues, I lost where I was. Stupid ADHD, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Don't
continue
all
reading
right.
if
If you have any technical issues as well, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we will proudly deduct the strike.
So if you reach 3 strikes, you can continue.
I have.
I didn't know if you lost
my
your spot again.
Bear with me. I have ADHD,
Okay.
so if you reach 3 strikes,
no,
you
you're
will
all
be
good.
medevaced from the game. If this happens during the jury phase, you will still be on jury as long as nothing happens that violates our code of conduct. Other than that, class is now in session. Good luck and have a wonderful school year and win that national championship.
Yes. Other than that, you guys are pretty much free to go for the night. We're not doing anything crazy. We just wanted to let you guys on here, you know, read the rules, things like that. We are going to be putting you into your tribe chats right now. Also, now is the time where you can go in your prod chats and, you know, ask us for prod guests and things like that. Please don't bombard us. We'll try to get them as quickly, you know, we'll try to get them as quickly as we can. But, you know, there's a lot of people that we need to get in there, especially with 5 prod guests. We could potentially have up to like 20 people to add. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, other than that, that's
if you have any
much
questions, let us know too.
That's pretty much it for the night. Yeah, of course. If you have any questions, you know, let us know. But we kindly ask that you probably will want to leave the Zoom now because we're gonna put you in your tribe chats. And The cross-tribal communication thing, it starts like right now. So
Could I ask a question quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
So theoretically, I've made it to the final 6. I've won immunity and have my ticket into the final 5. I do have 2 strikes because I've overslept twice. And this is my 3rd time oversleeping. Theoretically, while winning immunity to get into final 5, I could be struck out at the final 6. Or is it like circumstantial?
It's circumstantial.
Every single like strike is a case by case basis. It's not necessarily like an exact science, you know? So it really would just come down to like circumstantial stuff. Like obviously if you have a legitimate reason for like not showing up, like that's fine. It's really just if you don't notify us like before then, you know, we might have to take other things into account. So
I just wanted to make sure you guys weren't just like, oh, final 5. Sorry. Just wanted to double check with you.
No. We're not that cruel. We're not that cruel.
No, we're a very forgiving production team. So if anything happens, as long as you let us know at any point in time, it doesn't have to be within a specific limit. That's fine.
So is there like a Facebook page going that's like showing the game as it's going? That
all right. Other than that,
yes, there is. I have not gotten around to update it yet. I've been working on other things like with the VL, with Zoom, all that fun stuff. But I will have Facebook updates ready as soon as I possibly can. Did I cut out or is
no.
everyone here?
Oh, it's probably me. Just bear with me, y'all. Like I said, hotel Wi-Fi is not good.
Can I stop the recording?
Yeah.